So I realized how long of an intro I wrote for myself accidentally. So there's that.
I'm shocked that you didn't make me become the host, to be honest.
I just feel like it takes away from your input, you know?
Fair enough.
It just takes away. All right, everyone ready? I'm gonna just blatantly read it off the phone. No one's here yet anyway. It's okay. Welcome to Panelnoids, Comic Books, and More. Which, can I say, the name change makes everyone think we're a store now. So we need to up our eBay our storefront because everyone thinks we're a shop. Anyway,
Comic Books and More.
Your fix of comic book related news, rumors, leaks, reviews, and creator interviews. We are live Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm your producer, Kyle, who sadly is the host. With me, amazing. Thank you. With me tonight is Chat GP Dimitri. That's an inside joke.
Okay, that's
Exile Jeremiah, who somehow found his way back, and filling in the fourth hole for Pierre, our dear friend Comic Talk.
Oh god.
So before we get into it, Comic Talk, good to see you. How's it going?
Good to see you guys. It's going great.
Looking good. Before we get into the news, I think you have something you'd like to share. Something you've been cooking, as the children say.
Cooking, yes. Started a new podcast with Kimmy Geeks and Steven Reacts called Geek Speaks. We're going to be going every Thursday, every other Thursday or every Thursday. We're going to be talking about geek stuff, nerdy stuff, movies, TV shows, comic books, and they're just doing some great content. So I'm super excited to be doing collaborating with them on a new podcast, Geek Speaks. So go follow us on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube at Geek Speaks.
So is this a video podcast only? Can we find it on Spotify and Apple for those of us who aren't cool?
We're looking at getting on Spotify.
Okay.
But right now I think it's just those are like the main ones, like YouTube, and we go live on YouTube, and then we're gonna put out the clips on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube.
Love it. All right, so go check that out, everybody. I will
Geek
clip this. You'll
Speaks.
see it below.
Yes, Geek Speaks.
Great logo, by the way. If I was a better producer,
thank
you'd have a picture popped up. Great logo. All right, if we're ready, we're gonna go into the nerdy news. The regular news is Jeremiah got another cat. The nerdy news.
Cat.
Batman Arkham Shadow, the new VR game, released early by accident.
Where did it release? Also, Elijah Wood is in it, which is freaking awesome. Didn't realize that he was in it.
I did see that, actually. So it's a VR game. So I guess on the Quest, the Oculus, I don't think anywhere else. Does the PS5 have one of those headsets yet? Did that come out? I don't know.
I mean, they have to, right?
It did.
It did come out, so I would think it's there. Yeah, I think I want it for Christmas because I would like to be Batman, and it might be a great weight loss journey for me.
It has that potential. It really does.
But yeah, Elijah Wood is Scarecrow. Yes, Samson. Great voice casting. Fantastic.
Oh my
haven't
God.
heard it.
Almost perfect. Like maybe he'd be just as good as Riddler, but him as Scarecrow, I think, is great as well.
Hot take by Jeremiah.
Hot take. Back with hot takes.
Samson is confirmed as our official fact checker. PSVR 2. So yeah, I think the Quest is probably cheaper and easier to.
Did we get gameplay? Did they rip it down?
I know. I saw people playing it just live because it's out. So,
oh shit!
Yeah, no. One guy was wearing
a
Batman Beyond onesie, and was had one of those treadmill in place running treadmills for VR. He was jumping and pretending to roll and running around and
like a Ready Player One.
Yeah, no, it's
okay, that's
dumbed down version of it, but yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there, and I'm excited because that is when I will be skinny.
That and only then.
Absolute Batman is set to receive a noir edition that will be black and white.
Is this going to be oversized like they did that one time for a little while where they did like I want to say that they were 11 by 17s.
I think no.
Dead.
The Walking Dead didn't do that, did they? Walking Dead was black and white to begin with.
Yeah, Walking Dead was
no, but they did an oversized version.
Yeah, but that was super oversized. That's like newspaper size. You have it that handy?
This one.
That is 11 by 17.
Handy, guys.
That's 11 by 17.
Yeah. I hope it's
better.
like that. I hope they do it like that because Nick Dragaretto's artwork. I butchered that last name. They're gonna come for me. His artwork deserves to be displayed that highly.
So no, I don't think it's gonna be oversized. I think it's going to be regular sized, and I think it's what we would call a money grab.
Hey Jim, make it oversized. I'll buy it if you make it oversized, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jim, if you're listening, make it oversized.
Yes, if you're listening, if you're not, we saw you. We watched you.
Hey Jimbo.
We're going to talk about his panel actually later. It was a funny moment that was just super awkward for like 2 seconds. Anyway, more Absolute Batman. Scott Snyder responds to DC fan and confirms that Absolute Batman will eventually cross paths with an Absolute Swamp Thing,
which is telling us that we're getting an Absolute Swamp Thing, which I'm excited for. I know Kyle's excited for.
Yes.
But don't tease us this early if it's going to be fucking forever. Because Absolute Flash isn't out until February, right?
Which also looks fantastic.
Yeah, and it's by Jeff Lemire. Like that should be out tomorrow. Like I want that now. Why do I have to wait until February? So when are we getting Absolute Swamp Thing? He fucking teased it.
No, that's all you got. That's all I got. That's all you're getting.
None of them are connecting, right?
No, they're all connecting. The Absolute Universe is one universe.
But they're not connecting right away.
Oh. No.
They're gonna
converge. They're gonna converge.
Yeah, but I think it's like a full 12 issues.
Yeah, but you ready for this? It's gonna be Absolute Crisis. I'm calling it now.
You heard it here, guys. First, you heard it here first.
I can see it.
Absolute
and I dig
Crisis.
it.
So each one is its own universe, and then they're gonna cross. Like each Absolute ongoing is its own.
Really?
I don't know, because they're saying it's not for like a year until they do cross paths. So unless it's just that much,
if they start referencing each other's books within their books, like Wonder Woman, Superman, and Flash, and all that.
So I don't.
So are we getting a new one every month?
It looks that way, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
The Green Lantern one looks really, really interesting.
I didn't see that one.
The Martian Manhunter one looks interesting.
Oh my god, Javier Rodriguez deserves every dollar that the world has, and so the fact that he's going to be on Absolute Martian Manhunter makes me so fucking happy.
I agree.
I just want to real quick say, if anyone's not a part of our Discord, or if anyone wants to go into the Discord and tell everybody we're live, now would be the time. Thank you, Jeremiah.
Yep, I'm doing it.
Oh, and before we went live, we were talking about the Absolute Batmobile. That's different.
The Absolute Unit, as Comic Talk called it.
Absolute Unit.
No, does anyone remember Grand Theft Auto had one of those dump trucks in it? Like it's literally the size of like 6 lanes. Did anyone remember that?
Yes.
Like it's not part of a mission.
No, it's just there at the construction site.
And it just blows up everything as you drive through. Like it's literally that. Like I wouldn't be surprised if that's what gave the idea.
I love the idea that maybe the Batcave is within that Batmobile. That's my headcanon.
Oh, that's funny.
Is that like the bed is actually the Batcave?
He does have like a apartment that's kind of the cave. But that's a really good idea.
But we don't know that that's not the bed of the Batmobile yet.
No, it's like a skyscraper looking.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, you gotta read it. You gotta read it because we all read it here.
Yeah, all of us.
All of us read it. Anyway, so moving to Marvel news, Blade has been delayed indefinitely.
This makes me sad.
There are 2 rumors that I'm going to say early. because I think one of them might hold a decent amount of water here. The first one is that Ali is talking to DC to portray Martian Manhunter, which
all for it.
A little stretch, though.
What?
Well, I mean, as far as rumor goes, we're not only saying he's talking to the other side, but we already have a character for him. No, please. The other rumor is that Marvel is now going to rush Midnight Suns, and that's where Blade will be introduced.
I don't like that idea because we still need season 2 of Moon Knight before we get Midnight Suns, because they haven't set up anything besides one line that Blade says at the end of Eternals that no one stayed and watched, and then Moon Knight. Unless they're bringing Robbie Rodriguez from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as the Ghost Rider.
I mean, it could be like a Guardians, where it's just like, here's a slew of new characters in one shot.
Yes and no. Like, that would work if they didn't do Moon Knight yet. So we have the establishment of Moon Knight.
Right.
We didn't have a Star-Lord miniseries first. So
he'd make the team. Only one personality would know he's making the team, and the other personalities would be very confused of why he's in a team with a vampire and, whatever Ghost Rider is, a spirit of vengeance. And
Jared Leto returning as Morbius in Midnight Suns, calling it now.
I wouldn't hate it, honestly.
Are you fucking crazy. For real?
I honestly wouldn't hate it. Like, if it was like they think Electro.
Jamie Foxx?
Think that. The way they brought him back. Just different. Same character, same everything. Spoke differently, looked differently. Powers looked different. Every aspect was different, but it was same kind of concept, but Morbius just
I don't think
reimagined the same
could
actor.
Deal with Jared Leto's acting style.
But I think Jamie Foxx is actually a good actor. That's the thing.
That's fair.
Man, I really hope that Spawn movie happens and we get to see him as Spawn. I really cannot wait for that, if that actually gets off the ground.
I like that idea, and I also think that he doesn't need an origin movie to show up in Midnight Suns.
No, I don't think he needs an origin movie.
Yeah, that's fair. Samson saying Midnight Suns could be like they did with The Outsiders.
What Outsiders? Like the comic Outsiders?
There's a TV show. Wasn't there? I didn't watch it.
Based on the book, or are we talking like Batman and The Outsiders?
No, I think there was the book got a show, no?
There probably was, but
what does that have to do with Midnight Sun?
Captain Chaos, let Ali go to DC. Marvel can find a better Blade. Oh.
All right, Captain Chaos, you spit it, now spit again. Who is it? Who's a better Blade than Mahasha Ali?
Not Outsiders, but the Daredevil and Luke Cage.
Oh, Defenders. Defenders. Okay.
Defenders.
I see where you're going. I don't hate the idea. I think if they approached it that way, it'd be fine. But isn't Midnight Suns going to be a movie, not a show?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of 6 of one, half dozen of another. We'll see what actually unfolds with time. But I think Ali should try to stay as Blade. I think he would be a great Blade.
He's just a fantastic actor. I mean, I don't know where else.
But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out,
He can go be obsessed with Oreos over in James Gunn's universe, and I'd love that as well.
Yeah, I mean, or just give us both.
Because there's only one Blade,
Only one. All right, so far, Static Shock to appear in the 400th episode special of DC's Teen Titans Go animated series. Is anyone watching that? Anyone watching?
No, but it's at 400 episodes.
Yeah.
I was still going.
All the power to you. I didn't realize it was still going. It's cool that Static is showing up. I'm curious who they're gonna have as a voice actor. I'm curious what he's going to look like? Like, is it going to be the Static from the comics done in Teen Titans Go style?
No,
is it going to be Static Shock done in Teen Titans Go style?
They showed it.
They showed it.
They showed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's 90s. Well, was it 90s or early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Or late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
It was exactly that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
which I
yay.
Love.
I mean, yeah, Static's great. Don't get me wrong. More Static is better. So
Samson gave us a Blade as Michael J. White.
I guess I feel like if he was younger, I feel like that would be a great cast.
Was he Spawn?
Yes.
Okay, that's.
I never saw the original Spawn movie. It's really bad, right? Like,
wait, you've never seen the original Spawn movie?
No, I've tried.
It just, we are doing that for our movie club over on the Discord.
I regret that.
Martin Sheen is in it. It's not that bad. It is solid. It is solid.
Okay.
It is very much of its time, but yeah, I think it's a good movie.
Oh my god, very much of its time. The CGI is wonderful, but the story is very, very good. The way that they do the Violator, the way that Johnny Leguizamo plays the clown, yeah, it's a solid movie.
I've also never read a Spawn book.
You've never read a single Spawn comic?
Nope.
Oh boy.
I own a few.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do you own them if you haven't read them?
Things happen. I mean to read things. No, not even. Like, just I mean to. And, you know, because even if I'm reading something, say digitally, right, I'll get like a number one at least. Like, I'll try and purchase something of it and be like, I'm going to get into this, and it doesn't happen.
So what do you know about Spawn?
It's basically like Venom, but not.
No.
Like the suit.
Moving
is like
on
Venom.
Before you dig yourself into a deeper hole.
The suit is like Venom.
Fucking move on.
It doesn't talk to him, and he fought his way out of hell. And
suit does not have a mind of its own.
No, as I said, it doesn't have a mind of its own. That's the only difference from Venom. But he can manipulate it.
He can manipulate it. Yes, he can.
Right. Doesn't have a mind of its own. He can manipulate it though. He fought his way out of hell. He might have been in some kind of fire. Family's probably murdered.
Maybe it was in a fire. Maybe.
Family's murdered.
He passed by a fire.
His family's not murdered.
Family's not murdered. He's very angry for some other reason besides the family not being murdered. He's angry his family didn't get murdered. I haven't read anything. I'm gonna watch the movies. I need to read anything.
I need to do clips this week to make sure that this makes it in.
Okay, that is in recording and is a contract now. Wally West is leaving the Titans and joining the Justice League since Barry Allen permanently they say, lost his speed and absolute power. Spoiler, because I'm still working on that because there's a lot of tie-ins and the app didn't get them all. So spoiler.
I'm fine with this. Like, they need a speedster. I think Wally is graduated enough to become the Flash.
Can I tell you my theory?
Is in the Justice. Oh boy, here we go.
You know how the comics once in a while like to mimic the films?
You think the movie verse, James Gunn's verse, is going to be Wally, not Barry?
After Ezra Miller? Absolutely.
You got a fair point there. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I'm cool with it being Wally. In the aspect, we got a lot of Barry from the TV show. Most of that show was decent. Mm-hmm. Well, no, most of it was good. Half of it was decent. Half of it was in between. Yeah, I'm cool. Arrow had one episode every season named from a Springsteen song, so it could do no wrong.
What season was that?
Yeah, you're
every
New
season
Jersey
has one episode.
Heart.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I think the finale sometimes too. Anyway, that's the real reason I threw that note in there, because I wanted to share that theory. Henry Cavill to star an upcoming Voltron live action film. Now, Voltron, I have watched some of.
You know about Voltron? Okay, that's good.
A little bit.
It'll be interesting if they do a Voltron live action. Voltron is very overdue for some sort of adaptation, whether he got another comic series, which it's been a while since we've gotten a Voltron comic series. Yeah, I'm down. And Henry Cavill can do no wrong. Although, when is he going to find time to do this if he's doing Warhammer 40K? Like, is he just going to be the voice of Voltron? Like Bryan Cranston was in Power Rangers.
Okay, so I don't know as much as Voltron as I thought I did. Voltron as a whole has his own voice?
I believe so. If I'm not mistaken, yes. The Zord itself can talk.
We're just making stuff up tonight. I think they all sit in like Power Rangers. Like they form together and they all.
My thought is it's like Power Rangers.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, Comic Talk, you were negative 12 years old when when Voltron was a thing.
I mean, we were too, but it was still like airing. Like they were playing reruns because it wasn't completely irrelevant yet. Like the animation was still holding up to our. It's sad. We're getting old. Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Why are we here? All right. Let's go to New York Comic Con news. So we kicked Pierre out because he didn't go to Comic Con like he was supposed to. But we brought in Comic Talk, who also didn't go to Comic Con. But he wants to hear what we heard. So it all makes sense.
I was there Thursday. You two were there on Saturday.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys heard about the fist fight that happened with the release of the Spawn Peach Momoko cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know exactly how the fist fight started, but I know that it was aggravated and egged on by the table themselves. Like the guy selling the comics kind of was egging people on to start a fist fight. Also, the realtors got basically first dibs. So I want to say when they sold out on Thursday, only realtors got them. No fans got them.
That makes sense.
Which is why I think the fight was on Saturday. So that's one of the reasons I think the fight broke out.
I mean, we went to see if we could get a Akira homage Absolute Batman cover. I can't recall the artist who did the cover right now, but they were like, yeah, they were gone Thursday.
Yeah.
And my reaction
and then
was
they dropped them online on Saturday for like 20 seconds.
But I was like, oh, so you didn't spread them out. like I'm the idiot to think you still had some, but you didn't spread, like you didn't do 250 a day. You did all 1,000 on Thursday.
Yeah.
Like I know, and very special person in the chat. Cheesy Bread P with a nice hard loaf of bread at the end. We bring the boom, apparently. It is hump day, is what I believe this is trying to say. And yeah. Pierre, meet your replacement. It is Comic Talk. No surprise.
Oh,
boom or doom. All right. So the next bit of New York Comic Con news is about Dr. Doom. There's an event called The Rise of Emperor Doom. Jeremiah,
which has nothing to do with the better version.
Wow. Already talking crap. Didn't even see anything about it. So basically, the little bit that we know is Dr. Doom is now Sorcerer Supreme, or at least has the powers. I don't know if it's shared. I don't know how many books have sorcerers, but he's got that power. He's trying to take the power further, and he's trying to take over 616 as a whole.
So Marvel had a beautiful half booth kind of detailed image of this event that's coming on, and he's riding a fucking dinosaur. So unless he went to the fucking Savage Land and got that shit, I'm annoyed. Like, make it make sense. If you're gonna do what those are just boxes. They're probably acorns.
Oh, it's little orangutans. He's making fun of me for being a ginger.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the riding of the dinosaur is one of the previews that we got for it, which I'm fine with if he went and got it from the Savage Land. If he didn't go and get it from the Savage Land, and if it's through time, well, we've had enough time travel stories for this fucking half decade / full decade. Move on. Let us try something new. And Doom being in charge of the 616, I'm down for it if you do it well. Did they announce who's writing this series?
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did.
Awkward pausing.
Look it up.
Googling.
He is declaring himself the Emperor of Earth.
Mm-hmm.
All of Earth's leaders seem to accept this. Luckily, whatever's affecting them hasn't touched the Earth's heroes. Okay. It will be a 5-part limited series by Ryan North. All right, we're good.
Oh.
Minus the fucking fact that Ryan North pronounces Namor Namor. I'm down for it. RB Silva is going to be the artist on it. Ryan North can do no wrong, minus how he pronounces Namor. So yeah, let's go. I'm down for it.
Can we get a Namore in the chat? A Namore in the chat. Did he try to touch the Earth heroes, but Doom stopped him?
He's more of a menace when he's not on the show.
Yeah, that's for sure. Captain K has Doom on a Dinosaur and Sorcerer Supreme. I am so down. I think there's stuff going on that I'm not aware of because I don't get to read much because I'm making clips. Now, if you see Dimitri blowing his nose, there's probably like a 90% chance he caught something from Comic-Con.
You got con crud?
No, it's allergy. I don't know.
From people.
That's
a lot of people.
So many fucking people. Man.
So many people. Justina Ireland, announced by editor Nick Lowe, will be the first woman to write a run of The Amazing Spider-Man. This is not a mini. This is not a special. Time. This is not a side character. This is the main Spider-Man book.
And she's getting a #1, to my knowledge. Like, it's going to relaunch with her.
That's something. That's something that should probably not be as big of a deal as we're making it out to be. But guess what?
All right,
we are, because it's the first time in 2024.
Before we go there, who was the first woman to illustrate Batman?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you.
Becky Cloonan during Scott Snyder's run.
No.
So DC hasn't gotten that much farther ahead than Marvel has.
I wasn't praising. I was not praising any. It's all bad. All of it's bad.
At least Marvel.
But
had Simonson for a long time.
So we'll see. We'll see if everyone who attacked the last Spider-Man writer attacks her the same.
Zeb Wells is a great Spider-Man writer. I will say it. This run wasn't wonderful, but he is a great Spider-Man writer. You can't deny some of his work has been amazing. No pun intended.
It was also creative, can I say?
Yeah, the editors kind of handcuffed him a lot.
I haven't read more than a few of it, but like I've seen spoilers all over because people constantly talk about it. It's creative. Just because you don't like it, you can't deny that it's creative. So we'll give him that, and we'll see if she gets, harassed online like he did. Ultimate Wolverine is the next ongoing series coming to the Marvel Ultimate Universe. It will be by Chris Condon and Alessandro Capuccio. It will come out in January. We did see the cover.
We saw a few covers. We saw 5 covers.
Tell me what you think. Because my first thing was like, kind of reminds me of Deadpool. And I
think it's supposed to, because he isn't, I think he's like a weapon. Like, I think they were announcing it. He's not like sentient. I mean, he could be. But the way that they were saying it, that he's being used as a weapon.
And then it kind of looks like a star on the front.
Yes.
So is that star like a symbol of somewhere else? Because it wasn't a maple leaf.
No. I mean...
So maybe he's like super evil, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Potentially. Russian? What did the maker decide is the real question.
Right. And then why would he allow...
I like the Russian idea.
Yeah, I mean, that would be in... cheesy bread.
Oh, yes, he is their Winter Soldier. He is their Winter Soldier. That's it. Thank you, Pierre.
I'll take it. I'll take more Ultimate.
Yeah, I think they need to keep doing this. I mean, call me. Ultimate Daredevil hasn't been announced yet. I can make that happen. I got a great line I can do.
What he can see?
You motherfucker.
He's just a lawyer. But he's like a good one, and like the heroes use him.
But a dirty one, and he can see. That's
He's not
all you need
Spider
to do.
Gwen's murder doc.
Jeremiah,
Speaking of Daredevil,
what?
Speaking of Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, why don't you say the next?
Oh, Charles Soule is back on Daredevil for a miniseries with Steve McNiven on art. Daredevil: Cold Day in Hell, which is being pitched basically as Old Man Daredevil, which doesn't make sense because Daredevil showed up in Old Man Hawkeye. But yeah, Charles Soule did a great run on Daredevil, and Pierre's never coming back on the pod. And having him come back and do a miniseries is great. Steve McNiven's artwork is absolutely fantastic, and the pages that we've seen so far, his the way that he does the wrinkles in his face and whatnot it's going to be really, really exciting. Hopefully, so yeah.
Jeremiah does love the wrinkles in the face, so I've heard. Eddie Brock will acquire the Carnage symbiote with a new ongoing series.
This fucking stupid.
Yeah, I'm not thrilled. Can we get a boom or doom comic talk? Do we like Eddie Brock as Carnage?
I don't even know about this news. This is breaking news to me.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's Carnage. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
No.
Because Luke Cage is Venom.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain.
Luke Cage is Venom?
That's what they're really making it look like.
They're teasing it like hell.
And like we tried to get the artist to like do an interview so we could get it out of him and be first to report it, and they stopped answering. But it's pretty obviously Luke Cage. If it's not, then they're just tricking us on purpose. But yeah, so that means he has the main symbiote because Eddie Brock has the Carnage symbiote, and then Dylan has what?
The King in Black,
time traveled offspring that's actually still Venom, that isn't as talkative as the other one or doesn't talk. I'm also behind on that. Pierre, if you're here,
this is why time travel should be out of comics.
Yeah, no, it's a little.
I mean, it makes sense that Eddie can bond with Carnage, being that Venom is the mother of Carnage. But the bond between Cletus and Carnage is so strong that they don't refer to themselves as we. He refers to him as I. That's not true. And so I do love the Mark Bagley homage cover because he's homaging himself from Venom Lethal Protector #1. I do like that cover. But Eddie's not nearly as violent as Carnage is or Cletus was. And so how is this going to be a tame version of Carnage? Like, no, who wants to read that?
It's a very odd choice. Very odd choice.
I'll give it a chance, but yeah.
Why not let Eddie Brock relax a while? Right? You brought him back when you had a very good host. And now you're dumping him off again.
As the new Venom again.
You think it's Flash again? Or you want Flash?
It should
again?
be. Yeah, I mean,
I think it should be.
I mean, he's anti-Venom. He is getting parts.
But who likes that? Who's enjoying that?
Yeah, and it's odd because they didn't like bring him back in like some crazy way. It just kind of, it's like you're in the hive mind. You just come on back. Oh, here's a symbiote we're not using. Take this one.
And I think it's the either or. Either it's Brock or it's the kid as Carnage, and I think he takes it for the kid.
Well, that's the other thing. Isn't Normie still Carnage?
I think that's a offspring. I could be wrong.
Samson said Carnage will bring the evil out of Brock and kill Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's what he'll want to do for sure.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just want Brock as a villain again. Maybe whatever. It's not at all ever my first choice of what they're doing right now. But with that, we are getting a Spider-Verse versus Venomverse miniseries.
I made the same face.
Yeah.
Like, I like Spider-Verse, and it's cool that we're getting more Spider-Verse stories. I mean, who's been writing the majority of Venomverse stuff, though?
Is that a rhetorical question? And we're all supposed to... Because I don't actually know.
Cullen,
I have no idea.
Fun.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was...
Well, good for him.
I thought he wasn't doing anything mainstream right now.
No, not right now, but that's what he did all the Venomverse stuff.
Yeah, but there's a lot of new Venomverse stuff. Like a lot of new Venomverse stuff.
I need to check in on that.
There's too much Venomverse stuff. And then there's like Venom War that's spun out of it, and it's
with a Chris Giamito cover that looks amazing.
Yeah, I remember that. Some DC news at New York Comic Con. Dimitri and I, as well as Juan Reads Comics, sat in the Jim Lee and Friends panel, and there was two big announcements. The first one was Jim Lee and Jeff Loeb return to Batman for a Hush sequel. They had special shirts on and everything.
How many years has it been?
Oh,
Hush was 2008?
Older, no? Wasn't it earlier?
Might be 2006.
Pierre did not read the notes or see anything in the Discord. Phantom actually shared this, Pierre. But yes, there will be a Hush 2 with the original creative team.
Oh my God, 2002. It's been 22 years.
Yeah, no, I was right. I didn't know the year, but it was right. So yeah, it looks cool. The cover is pretty cool. And actually the buildings actually write out Hush, like behind him, like subtly.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's a nice cover. And it's spinning out and somewhat connected to the main run. So they're taking some influence from it, so it still feels part of what's going on, but it's as its own thing.
It's kicking off with Justice League Unlimited #1, correct?
I think that's just where the preview is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's just where you get like the first glimpse of it.
I mean, Chip is leaving Batman in February. And so this is going to be their big Hail Mary after Chip leaves. I think it was going to be fun.
No, it makes sense.
Jeff Loeb deserves another small run.
And my theory, I'm going to say it now. Snyder's contracted for 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if Absolute Batman ends at 2 years or sooner. Snyder gets a few little something or others, and then part of his negotiation to renew is in regards to taking on the main Batman title again.
I'm with you to an extent. Our next bit of news, I think, is going to have more to do with Snyder's contract than what you're saying.
Oh, I believe. Yes. All right. So we'll go into that because I 100% agree with you. So DC also announced in this panel that Vertigo is back. Nice House by the Sea, I think it is now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the current one.
Yep, it will be relaunched. The first 3 issues.
I have one sitting here, and I don't
reprinted with the Vertigo logo.
Right.
I want Jim Lee to make a public statement that Black Label was a terrible idea.
So in the panel,
come out and say that.
In the panel, he explained in a very long, drawn out way of like what's missing and whatnot, and like something wasn't quite working. And he explained that Black Label was not supposed to be Vertigo replacement. It was just supposed to be a tag for you to realize this is mature only. That's all that was supposed to be.
So wait, you launch Black Label and then immediately kill Vertigo. Like you did it within a month of each other.
Yeah. So it wasn't supposedly, at least this is how they're spinning it now, because he is what, CEO over there?
President.
The idea is Vertigo is supposed to tell you, no, guys, this is not canon. Like, stop trying to make this part of the DC. Like, Superman's not going to fly in. This is its own thing. And that's why they felt like they needed to bring Vertigo back to stop that confusion.
So Vertigo will also have creator-owned books, which I'm assuming that Tiny Onion Productions is going to just make a home within Vertigo. This worries me a lot for Boom. This worries me a lot for Vault. This worries me a lot for even Image to an extent, because with Vertigo being under the DC banner, doing creator-owned stuff, they have more avenues. I mean, McFarlane has a contract with DC. There's no reason that can't be extended to Vertigo. Immediately branching into license. If you don't want to sell your soul to Kirkman with Skybound, sell your soul to DC with Vertigo. I mean, obviously, I love that Vertigo's back. Don't get me wrong. Right. I absolutely love that Vertigo's back. Is it what's best for comics?
So my fear, to piggyback, is legally it's worse for creators, because DC, Warner Brothers, all that, right? They have better lawyers.
Yep.
And if they have better lawyers, that means your creator-owned book is less your own book than if you went to a Vault specifically. I mean, if you went to a smaller
press. Yep.
I mean, even Boom now is a little purchased, so I don't even know if they're as much of as an example. But like, I think new creators we're going to see that we've never maybe heard of or only have a few books published, we're going to see popping up in Vertigo books in the future. But I think the more established indie writers like Distillery, Vault, I'm trying to think of another that's like really up and coming.
But Mad Cave doing a great job right now.
Thank you. Sorry, I spoke to them at New York and I couldn't think of it. So those three, right? Those would be my top three that I would say. Very established creators might be going to them over Vertigo because legally they're going to own way more when the product's done and the product is being considered for screen.
Probably, yeah.
So we might see a weird kind of shift of like, it's funny how Vertigo has lesser known names than these smaller companies do. I think that's the future.
Interesting take.
And that is the news that came out of New York. I'm sure there's more news. That's just some of the news that we witnessed because, this show is not necessarily the news. It is our opinion on the news, which I need to advertise always great. More. Yeah, like it's not it's not the source of the news. It is not the reporting of the news. It is the hot takes on the news. We're going to go into collection acquisition. I'm going to show the 4 books that I walked away from. I had Dimitri handle CGC for me for unspeakable reasons, and I purchased 4 things.
Beautiful.
So it's foil, which is why it's very shiny and hard to see. I always loved the cover, never owned it. One of us did.
It's an expensive ass cover.
One of us made a boo-boo. We don't talk about it. He's looking sad. I'm sorry. I actually made a friend, funny little tangent, even though I'm rambling. I made a friend on eBay trying to purchase a graded book I've had listed for like 2 years. And somehow we ended up talking about New York Comic Con. He's the reason I bought that book. He wanted the foil of the hip hop variant cover of Miles.
Interesting.
So I literally went to the booth for him, did not upcharge him, just said, hey, you're on the fence about buying this book because we can't meet on a price. I'll go grab this for you. You pay full price. I'll pay the $50 on this book and I'll ship it with it. Won't even, it's like a handshake agreement kind of thing. So I just literally went and bought a book and threw it into a different sale, unrelated.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Don't know how it happened, but like it worked out that I found it. This book, right?
Zach Kaplan.
This is also foil. Unrelated.
Really? Deal. That's foil?
Wow. Signed by the artist as well. I really would like to show. It's the sickest cover. Yeah, it's kind of a glare. Anyway, I grabbed the last one he had at his table. He had to go upstairs and get more, and I ran into him upstairs when he was, I believe, grabbing more. But we hung out with Zach Kaplan for a little bit. New York Comic Con exclusive.
Pedestrian.
Oh, the Pedestrian. Sketch by Sean Von Gorman. Joey was talking. We were all talking. Joey didn't sign this. Like, we're there with the book, so we messed up a little bit there. And then full circle. Here is the Jim Lee and Friends panel exclusive that we walked out with.
The Vertigo. I have the not Vertigo version around here somewhere signed.
So real quick, just we'll also say who we kind of talked to, and then Jeremiah, whatever. I know you got a sketch, so I definitely want you to talk about that. We saw Zach Kaplan. We saw Pedestrian Creative Team. The best moment of my Comic-Con experience, I think, in all of the 10 years I think we've been going. John Pearson not only showed extreme excitement to see me, he came out and around and hugged me. And not just like it was like a full 15-second hug. There was patting. I think he thought about lifting me and then changed his mind, but it was a full-on like, I'm touching you.
That's an Olympic task.
A lot. Thank you. Batman virtual reality. Everything's going to be fine. Got to see him. That was great. We handed out some T-shirts. Stephanie Phillips. That was cool. I was like, hey, how are you? Because there's a lot of people here and I'm hating it right now. And she was just like, I'm eating this muffin here. Like, I'm also overwhelmed. And then told a whole story of like, her social battery's fried. And I was like, mine's fried and you've been here all weekend. Like, I've been here like 2 hours. So I hung out with her for a few minutes. I didn't get to see Stegman. I found someone that was working for him, and I was like, "Hey, can you give this to him? Because I don't think I'm going to catch him today." And she's like, "Who are you? You want me to like?" I'm like, "He'll know. Like, he'll know. It's a label T-shirt. He'll know." And she's like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Listen, last year he said I was his friend, so I bring him gifts now. He will know. Besides the fact the shirt says the name on it, he will know." Who else? I did go to Mad Cave, where I was talking to one of their higher ups. I don't know his exact position. I was talking to him. We're going to at some point talk to their new manga press, Nakama. We're gonna have them on the show, so we're making some plans there. And yeah, I think. Dimitri, who else did we see? I think that was... And we hung out with Juan, like I said. Again, this was like a very condensed... I think we were only there like 6 hours. Like, we had to get out of the city.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that was about it.
Dimitri did a great job waving when I told him to. Like, I did not allow Dimitri to speak. I was just like, Dimitri, say hi. Dimitri, say bye.
I was too far away to hear anything. I didn't want to like lean in. I was fried after an hour, to be honest.
It was a lot of people.
There was so many. Even on Thursday, there were so many people. I showed up 2 hours early and was in the third corral when they were corralling people.
We did show up purposely not to do that.
Yeah. If you don't know what I'm referring to, if you show up to Comic-Con early, they will put you in a corral. A corral can hold, I think, 10,000 people. I think.
Oh yeah.
So I think there's 12 corrals. I was in the third corral.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of all that. That's not my thing at all. Oh, Ryan Parrott we saw. I think you saw him too.
Yes.
But it's funny because he never actually saw me because I wasn't in that interview. I just controlled it from behind the scenes. So he was like, "Hey," and I was like, "Oh, wait, you've never seen me." So,
my turn, right?
Yeah, no, go, please. Thank you.
Well, it's been a minute. Hi, guys. I haven't been here in quite a while. I had stuff I had to do, unfortunately. But one of the things I did is I went to a wedding in North Carolina. And then I hit up Heroes aren't that hard to find, which is one of the best stores on the East Coast. They're the store that runs Heroes Con. I stopped by there and I purchased an item that got me flagged in TSA on my flight home. I got a concrete bust of concrete. So when this went through the X-ray, you couldn't see through it, so they flagged my shit. So I got a concrete bust of concrete, which is really nice. Chatted with those guys for a while. And then before I move on to what I got at New York, today's a new Rivera cover day. Make sure to go out to your local comic book store, buy this new Paulo Rivera cover, Hello Darkness. It contains an 8-page preview of John J. Pearson's new book that we will be talking with him soon about. And that's what I'll say about that. As for New York, I didn't have all the money in the world to spend because I am in the process of purchasing a house at the moment. As of right now, still, we'll see if that actually goes through. So I mainly went to go get stuff signed. And even though I just went to get stuff signed, it was expensive. Like everyone's charging for signatures now, which I understand to an extent, but I should not have to pay $20 for a signature if I don't want it personalized. Anyways, hot take. I got the Paulo version, Hollow Darkness Number 3, signed by Steve Orlando and Weather De La Rea. I got Chip Zdarsky and George Flores, and George did a very cute, very quick remark, maybe outlining Daredevil's penis. I'm not 100% sure, but I got it signed.
Questionable.
I got it signed in yellow because it's a yellow suit, and this is without a doubt my favorite Marvel cover of all time. Finally, after nearly 10 years, I have finished this, getting Jeff Lemire, the last one that I needed, on this book. So it's signed by not only the creative team, but almost the entire publishing team at Valiant at the time.
Wow.
The Daredevil project added 2 more signatures, so I am up to 42 signatures. I have 8 left to go. The reason why I showed up 2 hours early is because of Marco Cinichetto. I knew he was going to be swamped the entire time. I showed up. I was 6th in line at 10 o'clock, and it took me 45 minutes to get my stuff signed. Good friend of Pierre and Kyle's, Sarah Pacelli. I got Sarah Pacelli to sign Guardians homage, Paulo Guardians homage. And I did get a sketch. I got a sketch in my Book of the Geomancer. And the funny part about it is, so Chip Zdarsky has done covers for Valiant in the past, but he couldn't recall Valiant character top of his head. So I asked him to do Vincent. What is Vincent?
I think it's a goat.
He's just a goat. So
you paid Chip Zdarsky to draw a goat face.
I got Chip Zdarsky to draw me a goat.
All right.
$20. Well worth it. Oh, I also forgot to show this off. I guess I'm in the getting Funko Pops signed phase of my life. I got the King Daredevil Funko Pop signed by Chip and Marco with a red paint pen. To my knowledge, I'm the only one that has this, because both of them hadn't signed one before. So maybe at the rest of the show they did.
Now, did you take the whole Funko, or you took the box?
I took the whole Funko.
Oh, of course you did.
Like an idiot. Yeah, I got to talk to a bunch of people as well. I had a great time. New York's a lot to do, and I might be New York retired. I don't know. I thought I was New York retired last year.
No. Next year you could retire, because next year a lot of the Fanaloids are going.
If we can get
a
whole on thing with the Fanaloids, I will definitely go next year.
Well, I'm thinking we start looking at Airbnbs now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I'm already looking right now. So
Airbnb.
That's
what Comic Talk's been doing this whole hour.
All right. Speaking of Comic Talk, let's go into our segment named after Comic Talk. Comic Talk. Did anyone read anything? Because
I read something, but I can't talk about it until the next segment.
Can't talk. Oh, okay. All right, that's fair. I read Poison Ivy, number 25. It just continuously is good. This was kind of like a multi-perspective issue, kind of like because she like has a little team now. You know, it's like Killer Croc and
It's still G
HR
Willow,
lady.
right?
What?
It's still G Willow Wilson.
Oh yeah. Still original
Awesome.
creative team, still strong. This one had a few guest artists and writers and kind of branch the characters out. It's kind of like a filler issue, but still good. It was nice because it's jumping ahead. Like instead of like drawing out this whole
What's happening?
what is this new mystery, it was each character has a little mini story that just is gonna progress the story. So I liked it. I normally complain about fillers, but it seemed like a filler that had a jumping purpose.
A worthwhile film.
Yeah, that's really the only reason I wanted to mention it, because I normally talk crap about that. Dimitri, did you read anything?
To be honest, I was in the middle of Namar, but I didn't finish it, so I'm not going to talk about it. Maybe next
The
week.
new one?
Yeah, it looks really good. Like I already
It's
I think it's Aaron writing it.
There's only a few issues out.
He's in jail.
Namor.
They locked him up.
Namor. Which one's right? I don't know anymore.
Namor.
There's so many names. There's so many.
More.
Okay, but you understand our confusion, right?
Comic Talk. Did you read anything in the past few weeks you'd like to make note of?
I literally just finished reading issue 1 of Absolute Batman. I'm excited to read. After this is done, I'm going to read Absolute Wonder Woman. And then just read some horror comic books. What was it? Stuff of Nightmares by R.L. Stein, Creep Show, Jeepers Creepers, Something's Killing the Children. Finally reading that. And then
finally reading something. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm curious what you think of something when you finally get like deep into it.
I'm barely like just started reading it. So yeah, it's really great so far. But yeah, I just wanted to read some horror comics, and yeah, those are like the ones I've been reading. Yeah.
You should pick up Hello Darkness. Anyways,
covers aren't great on that book though.
Fuck off.
I'll definitely check it out.
Samson said, Jeremiah, I wasn't sure if there was a real animal or not. I thought you just had a stuffed animal you put in your shoulder. Samson, it could have been something Jeremiah would do. He could have been that guy.
Someone got her shot today, so she's a little tired.
Oh, a little bit of mush.
Yeah. So this is Moxie, my newest cat. Even though I told my wife that we shouldn't have got her, but we have her. Indie Introspective.
Oh yes,
I got to read the first 2 issues of a series called Nosebleed by Derek Jones. Now I believe Derek Jones is also the writer and the illustrator. At least there's no other credits for anyone else that I've read. These are monster books, 48 pages apiece. I enjoy the hell out of this. It is Chronicle meets like Saved by the Bell, kind of.
That's a super interesting. Okay,
that's the first thing that just came to mind is Chronicle meets Saved by the Bell. I love the art style. I love the classic homage to panel structure. There are many times where he does the 9-panel grid, and he does it the way that a 9-panel grid should be done. He definitely knows what he's doing. Book takes place in Philadelphia. It feels like it takes place in Philadelphia. The coloring on the book is just beige, but it works so freaking well. It's a very gory book. Good for this time of the year. Issue 2 does not come out until November 9th, though. So get your LCS to order it for you if they haven't. I definitely look forward to reading the rest of the series. But yeah, it is really, really, really freaking good. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Very good, Jeremiah. 10 out of 10 review.
Oh wait, can I say something? Wait.
Yes.
Just actually read Hellion and Spawn. My friend just wrote it. Issue 1. It's on Kickstarter right now. Just interviewed him as well. But Hellion and Spawn, I read that as well. It's on Kickstarter on TS Luther on TikTok on his page.
I saw your video about that. Definitely going to be looking into that as well.
And,
great book.
I will go right into an announcement then that I was going to say for later. Next week, we'll be interviewing Jeffy Buran and talking about his Kickstarter project, Gonad the Barbarian. It's exactly what it sounds like. And it's also the day before Halloween.
We will be dressing up.
So we will be dressing up. It may or may not be comic book themed. I don't think
it better be.
No, I don't. I think it's funny if it's not, and I think I'm not telling Jeff, and he's just gonna show up and be like, "What is happening?" All right, so I watched something, but I really wanted Pierre here, so we're not going to talk about it yet because Pierre's the Dragon Ball fan.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll skip that for now.
Are we all caught up on Agatha? We're not caught up on Agatha?
No, one came out now, no?
How many episodes?
One comes out in an hour.
Oh, okay. So yes, we are. Yes.
Okay.
You want to talk about Agatha? We can talk about Agatha.
I'd love to talk about Agatha.
Okay, go.
Comic talk.
Go ahead.
What are your thoughts on Agatha so far?
I really enjoy Agatha. I like the horror element in the first few episodes. I like how there's like an escape room kind of element to it as well. And I just think the actress who plays Agatha is just perfect. And I like how you don't have to watch maybe WandaVision, but other stuff to understand Agatha. That's why I really like it.
Yeah, true. It is kind of on its own. Funko spoiled something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which we won't go into yet because tonight might make that spoiler useless. We'll see. Last week with a flashback episode, they did it very, very well. I enjoyed the hell out of how they did it. My concern, one of my biggest concerns, is we were well aware that it was Billy Maximoff. Like, what happened to Billy Kaplan was the question. Like, are they just not going to say the name Kaplan? But how they turned it in, how they made William Kaplan and Billy Maximoff the same fucking thing, is fantastic. I fucking loved it.
I didn't.
Really?
I didn't dislike it, but I didn't love it. So that's my issue with the show as a whole. For everything good it does, it kind of does things where it's like, couldn't have thought of something a little different for that. Because I'm just worried that what they decided to do with, what do we call it? The body takeover, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't you say that takes away from Multiverse of Madness?
No.
She killed a lot of people. Like, she killed a lot of people because her children weren't around. And then guess what? One of them's kind of like around with your enemy, hanging out.
She was running in the wrong direction. How many of us have made a mistake because we didn't look in the proper direction?
Wow.
I mean, when I get up in the middle of the night and have a little bit of water, and yeah, it happens. But I think
you have an ensuite bathroom, motherfucker.
I just feel like sometimes it's a and then rather than because of this, because of that, because of this. I feel like that's what the show is. It's a very much and then, and I'm not saying you can't have something entertaining that way, but for storytelling purposes, we need and because of somewhere gapping this back to what they took from, because they're taking from two big things, WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness. Like, it's still from there, even though it is its own thing. So I don't know. Oh, I'm getting called out here. Let me read it. Did Kyle not read Avengers Disassembled and House of M? Wanda killed a lot of people because of her dead kids that came back. So yeah, I guess.
I mean, she's also mad that Hawkeye broke up with her, but that's besides. What?
I don't know. I guess I'm just like you killed her off, and now the kid's back. I don't know. I don't dislike it, and I think last episode was very, very strong. I just little things you're taking away from.
I love how the episode before ended. I think I went on record saying that. No, I didn't go on record saying that because I wasn't here. Fucking how the last episode ended, not the most recent one, but the one before that, with the Billie Eilish, "You Should See Me in a Crown." I think that is the best 3 seconds of the MCU ever. Ever. The pan away with the crown, like, bitch, I know what I've been doing this whole fucking time. I'm just sick of your shit. Oh, man. Best 3 seconds ever.
That's a hot take.
That's
as well as this hot take. Well, is she dead, or did she just teleport to
Latveria?
Latveria. Yeah.
I can't say it, and I'm kind of questioning spelling, to be honest.
No, that's correct. That is correct. That is how you spell Latveria.
Latveria. Don't feel right. Yeah, no, it's definitely possible, but the actress Elizabeth Olsen.
Yes.
The actress. I don't know. I'm not getting the vibe that she's lying. I'm not getting the vibe that she's coming back. So
it's always a possibility, though.
Yeah, money. Ooh.
Yeah.
Captain Chaos. The kid was back before she died. She didn't know he was around because of the sigil.
There you go.
So the sigil is the reason for all those people that died.
Yeah, very good. Put it on him. He's dead now. So.
Very good. That makes me feel actually a lot better, because that actually, it makes perfect sense of like.
Also, Boner coming back.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Chef's kiss.
That was good, and still no reference to who he really is, which is also, I think, better. In mute for the typing. Sorry. Okay, so any other shows we want to talk about real quick? Because Dimitri has a deep thought. And then we're going to burn through the rumors.
Penguin.
Dimitri?
Have you guys watched The Penguin?
Yes.
I
okay.
Haven't.
All right. Well, all right.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, comic talk. Yes or no? Was the last episode the best episode?
Ooh. I think my favorite episode is episode 3.
Ooh.
I think like the acting with Colin Farrell talking to or the Penguin talking to Sophia Falcone, those last few seconds, when he apologizes to her, I think that is like award worthy scene right there for both of those actors.
That is okay.
But every episode is like phenomenal. So
right.
If you think the last one is the best, there's an argument to be made.
I think the first one is the best because of how it could have been its own thing. Like if it just ended there and that was just a mini story about Penguin. Like I think the first episode was still the strongest, but I think this one, especially being Penguin, didn't have a big part in a sense.
Yeah.
And well, not that he didn't have a big part, but like we had the whole everything. Like everything we've been curious about was filled. And then so I have this little theory, right? Of just a costume design thing. So
okay.
She murders a whole family. Spoiler.
Yeah.
She murders them all with gas.
Yeah.
She's wearing a yellow dress. So my first thought was, funny color choice of dress when you're about to murder everybody. So I took it as canary in the coal mine, which is how they used to find out if there was poisonous gas in the coal mines. They used to bring a canary, which are yellow. And if the canary died, they'd be like, oh no, time to go, because the canary is going to die before us. So I took that as basically she was in the cage, right? She was the canary in the cage who they just kind of were like disposable. She was just a disposable item to like whatever, and basically Canary turned tables.
I like that theory.
Right?
Honestly, it makes
Simple,
sense. It
simple
the
thing.
way you explained
But
it made sense.
I thought I was so smart for it, and I'm just happy that someone, because you're not the first person I've told, someone agrees with me. Because I thought I was like looking for like the commentary at the end to be like, come on, I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. They had to do this on purpose. So, but yeah, I think it's probably the best TV right now.
I think the only thing I have a problem with it's a nitpick. The guy who plays Carmine Falcone, Mark Strong in the show versus the one who plays him in the movie. I like the guy who played him in the movie better, but other than that, that's my only nitpick. Like every episode is just, and it didn't dip in quality and shot wise, cinematography wise, writing wise. Like it's still like every episode is just honestly award worthy. Every episode I watch of The Penguin.
Yeah, no, I agree. Especially, I feel like some of it is, even like Vic's story.
Yeah,
like it's all new stuff. Like a lot of it is they're making new stuff, and sometimes it doesn't work. But yeah, no, I agree with the nitpicking. I kind of was like, maybe just don't do the flashback then. Like you couldn't get the actor again. Maybe just don't do that flashback. Like I know it was a necessary scene.
Yeah.
But maybe they could have worked around it. I don't know.
He came out and said he said he didn't want to come back because it had a lot of violence towards women, which I understand. But then he was literally choking out Catwoman in the movie. But and
right, and not for nothing, the main female lead, got her dead, and is now the most strong, powerful. Like it. If anything, it pushes back on that.
And then, like, all this violence happens off screen, anyways, too.
That's true too. So yeah, he read the script, I guess, and didn't get it.
Which I really wanted him back. I really liked him as Carmine, but other than that, I think it's overall a great show.
All right. Well, Jeremiah, I don't know if you can. Jeremiah.
Wait.
Oh.
Dimitri's going to come back?
I think.
Yeah.
Wait, just 5 more minutes. Or like another minute, because I'm going to spoil it a little bit.
Dimitri's going to have hold on. I'll yell on the mic again.
Okay, so going forward, probably the next episode. Like the bullies and all the street kids that are like stealing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's going to add those people, but he's going to make Vic kill the main guy. Like he's going to make him confess like, oh, I really didn't like that guy. I'm afraid of that guy or whatever. It's like, no, you got to kill him. Like, we're not, I got to make you tough. I got to make you, like, you don't really get your hands dirty enough. Or he's going to make him like compete, but it's going to turn out like he has to kill him.
That's I like that. If you're wrong, you're close. Like,
I feel close.
Like, yeah, like you're definitely like, maybe he makes Vic in charge of him because like it's like Penguin kind of being like, I would want this kind of thing. So yeah, no, if you're wrong, you're very, very close. Something. Jeremiah's giving me a look. Jeremiah, come back now.
I'm going to come back now.
All right, so Dimitri, give us your deep thought. We will discuss, and then I will burn through the rumors, and we will end this live stream.
We're going deep, y'all.
Deep.
No, I'm just joking. So actually, let me read it completely.
Okay.
Who deserves a bigger spotlight role in the MCU? Henry Cavill or Jared Leto?
Henry Cavill.
And now go.
What?
Or.
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing there, Jeremiah. All right, I get it.
That's what you're saying.
But no, I'm saying neither of them.
I want.
Well, I think if I had to choose between both of those, but
yeah, that was the question, Jeremiah.
I would want Cavill over Leto, only because like Leto had his chance. He fucked up the DCU. He fucked up the SSU. So yeah.
Now he's going
Now,
to Tron.
Can we make the same? Can we make the same argument
that
for
up,
Henry Cavill?
No,
I'll say it
because he
again.
didn't fuck
Can we
anything up.
make the same argument for Henry Cavill?
No, I mean,
Did he though?
he messed The Witcher up.
Did he really? Did he really
or did
need the
Netflix?
mustache?
Yes, he did need the mustache. That was a
I don't
necessity.
think he needed the mustache.
That was.
I think if you're willing to tank the Snyderverse for a
He
mustache,
knew already.
if you're willing to do that, I don't think you should be like gifted a role in the MCU that's
Caesar Romero.
worth it.
Caesar Romero. And if you don't know
And
what I'm
you're gonna tell me
referring
who
to,
that is right now.
The
he
joke.
played the original
the
Joker in
Joker,
the 1966 series. He kept his mustache. He wouldn't shave his mustache.
I think legally he couldn't, if we're being honest.
Okay,
Like
but
he was in the midst of the other
but he
film.
was
It's not his
Superman.
fault.
Yeah, and
Nah,
Superman's
I
allowed
still
to have
blame him.
facial hair. Oh god
think
damn it,
I
Captain
don't like it.
Chaos.
You're on a roll,
Oh,
Captain Chaos. You're on
fuck.
a roll today. That's a good
Oh
one.
man. Oh,
Killian
Yeah,
Murphy
that's
as
little bit
bad.
Morbius. That'd be crazy.
I want that in my mouth right now.
Hey yo. Okay.
Going on. Good job, Dimitri. Rumors, baby. God damn, I gotta give more credit to Pierre. I'm tired here. The pink beam in Superman costume reveal photo. Remember that photo when they first showed he's putting his boots on, his costume looks like it's a
Yeah.
little too big. The pink beam behind him is supposedly Circle's magic. Circle will be the villain in Creature Commandos. So already they're tying animated into the movie, is the rumor. Because they said they were going to, and that's supposedly how they're going to do it.
Interesting. Okay.
Marvel Studios is developing a video game that will be set in the MCU timeline.
Yes, let's go. I want that. Because that one
Finally.
game that they made
Yes,
that
very much
wasn't
so.
MCU's license, but they tried to get everyone like MCU
Oh,
actors.
yeah.
That was fucking awful.
I'm iffy on this one though. I don't know. Some things should be separate. Okay. There will be a follow-up Werewolf by Night after Secret Wars.
Why wait?
Mm,
Why
Well, yeah,
fucking
why-
wait?
do it now.
Give us Tomb of Dracula and introduce Blade there.
Ooh.
Ooh. I like
That's a
that.
good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's that makes me
Kevin.
feel a little bad for firing you for 4 episodes. That's a
Kevin.
pretty good idea.
Kevin. We need to tell Kevin this.
Marvel is casting the Beyonder with an older actor in mind. The name being thrown around? Liam Neeson.
George Clooney.
George Clooney would be perfect. From the little I know of the Beyonder, from what Pierre's told me, pages he's screenshotted out of the app that I pay for and sent to me via text message, Clooney is the choice.
I would like Clooney.
Clooney.
Dr. Doom's love interest in Doomsday will be a variant of the Scarlet Witch. The ending of Agatha All Along, which hopefully doesn't happen before I post a clip of this, will set up Children's Crusade, where both Doom and Wanda are in love.
No?
Yeah, not. It's a rumor that really went
Sure.
hard on the rumor part, you know? Like there's a storyline that can be done, but again, we don't even know if she's coming back. And if she is coming back, there's much more relevant things she needs to do, like find her children, because she really did a piss poor job the first time.
She did do a great job locating those bastards.
All right, now to kill the vibe, Captain America in A Brave New World is supposedly doing poorly in its early test screening.
I mean, sometimes a sacrifice fly needs to be made in order to get the game moving. I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think people are just being too critical right now.
Okay, that's fair. Before I do the last rumor, I just want to give a shout out to Phantom, who's now in the chat. Phantom's been very active in Discord, and he's been feeding me a lot of these rumors. Like, I missed some of them, and he gave me some really, really solid ones that are just crazy but fun.
Also,
shout out to Phantom,
because I haven't done this yet. Happy birthday, Liz! My sister's birthday is today.
Happy birthday! She's not here.
Happy birthday!
I called her earlier. I just didn't. I said I was going to say it on the show, and
She hasn't.
I didn't
She hasn't.
Happy
been here.
birthday.
She hasn't watched
anyways,
it. I
happy
understand
birthday,
it's your birthday, and she might be doing other things, but not to chime in for even a few minutes. Come on. Final rumor. Just, I think, Phantom, this might have been yours. Because this one I was like, what? Denzel Washington has been cast as Dormammu in Doctor Strange 3.
I saw that elsewhere.
Yeah,
I saw it
that.
as well. I saw it in a
Me
few
too.
places. I saw it from Phantom, I think, first. Is this like just everyone's repeating the rumors like we do? But like, is the script even written for Doctor Strange 3 and we already have a casting of Denzel Washington of all people?
Probably the script has been shopped. I'm guessing. Yeah.
I thought Sam Raimi was directing.
Yeah, that I don't know if that's confirmed though, is it?
I don't know if that's confirmed. Although I would love for him to
yeah,
direct it.
I don't want him elsewhere, but he's fine to keep that. My opinion.
Would that be like his first like
It's
green
fucked up.
screen like movie?
Wow.
Or like big budget movie like that?
No, he did Multiverse Madness.
I mean, Denzel Washington. Sorry.
No. I think that's a good point. Denzel Washington hasn't done any sci-fi, for lack of better words, right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, well, he's just a voice actor. If this rumor's true, he's just a voice actor.
It'd be nice to get like an early Dormammu before Dark Forces and all that, and it's Denzel. That'd be cool.
Okay, interesting. All right, well, Comic Talk, one more time. Plug your new show for everyone viewing at the moment.
Geek Speaks on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. New podcast I started with Kimmy Geeks and Steven Reacts. Again, they are great content creators. So again, I'm glad to be collaborating with them on a podcast. And then we're going to be going live tomorrow on Geek Speaks YouTube channel. So go check that out and then check out our TikTok, Instagram, Geek Speaks.
Perfect. I almost feel like you rehearsed that. It was so smooth. All right, everybody. This is another episode of Panelloids, Comic Books, and More. I promise Pierre will come back next week, and you won't have to hear me talk for 90% of the time. Subscribe and follow the Panelloids for your fix of comic book-related news, rumors, leaks, reviews, and creator interviews. Join our Discord. It's at 70 members. No one's quit yet, because normally we have 69. Every time we hit 70, we get knocked down to 69. So join now to keep us above 70. And again, next week we have an interview with our friend Jeff and his new Kickstarter book about a barbarian that is literally and possibly a testicle.